Today, we're going to get into the absolutely wild, high-stakes story of Asclepius, the Greek god of medicine. Now, his life isn't just about healing. It's this full-blown epic filled with divine romance, brutal betrayal, and a dangerous quest to conquer death itself, which, put him on a direct collision course with Zeus.
Wow, that one line really captures the heart of his story, doesn't it? His entire existence kicks off at the intersection of life and death, all starting with a pretty tragic romance between a powerful god and a mortal princess.
All right, so to really get who this legendary physician was, we have to start at the beginning. And trust me, the secret behind his fiery birth is a story you won't forget. So picture this. It starts out like a perfect myth. You've got Apollo, the god of light, music, the whole deal, and he falls head over heels for Coronis, a beautiful mortal princess. She gets pregnant with his child, and you're thinking, okay, fairy tale ending, right? Well, not so fast. Fate had something else in mind. And here's where it all goes wrong. While she's pregnant with the son of a god, Coronis cheats on Apollo with a mortal guy. The poet Pindar called this a classic human mistake. Ignoring the amazing thing you have right in front of you to chase after something far away. So, how did a god find out he was being cheated on? Well, the story goes, a little bird told him. Literally, a crow, who at the time had pure white feathers, delivered the bad news. And Apollo, he absolutely loses it. He doesn't just punish Coronis, he curses the poor messenger, turning all crows' feathers black for good. In his rage, Apollo strikes Coronis down with an arrow. But as her body is placed on the funeral pyre and the flames start to lick at the sky, regret hits him hard. And in this unbelievable, almost surgical moment, he reaches into the fire and rescues his unborn son. Asclepius is literally born from the ashes of his mother's death. And here's what's so cool about these myths. They're not set in stone. This story really depends on where you were in ancient Greece. Over in Epidaurus, where Asclepius was a huge deal, they told a much cleaner version. No fire, no drama, just Coronis secretly giving birth in the mountains, and the baby being found by a shepherd, glowing with this divine light. Okay, so you have this motherless child born out of pure tragedy. How in the world does he go from that to becoming the master of medicine? Let's dive in. So Apollo doesn't exactly stick around to raise his son. Instead, he takes him to the best teacher in all of Greece, the centaur Chiron. Now, Chiron wasn't like those other wild, savage centaurs. This guy was a renowned genius, the mentor who trained pretty much every famous hero, like Achilles. Chiron's cave on Mount Pelion basically became the world's first and greatest medical school. Asclepius learned the whole shebang. We're talking herbal medicine, surgery, making potions, even using incantations. He became the complete package, able to treat just about anything. And right around this time, a prophecy drops, a major spoiler alert for his life. It basically says, listen, kid, you're going to become so powerful, you'll actually bring people back from the dead. But the second you do it, your grandfather Zeus is gonna end you with a thunderbolt. What a thing to have hanging over your head. And well, you just knew that prophecy was going to come to pass, didn't you? Asclepius' skills soon went way beyond just healing. He aimed for the ultimate forbidden prize, overturning death itself. So how does a mortal get that kind of power? He gets a little help from on high. The goddess Athena gives him this incredible and incredibly dangerous gift. 2 vials of blood from the Gorgon Medusa. The blood from her left side, a fatal poison. But the blood from her right side, that held the power to bring the dead back to life. And you better believe he used it. The myths say he brought several famous people back from the underworld. Warriors, kings, you name it. The most famous case was probably Hippolytus, the son of the hero Theseus, who was tragically killed and then brought right back to the land of the living by Asclepius. This brings us to the absolute core of his story. Why would he do it? Why defy the fundamental laws of nature? Was he just a compassionate doctor who couldn't stand to lose a patient? Or was something a little more human at play? Well, the poet Pindar gives us a very human and kind of tragic answer. He suggests that Asclepius was corrupted. Someone offered him a massive pile of gold to bring a man back from the dead, and he took the money. His compassion, it seems, had a price tag. An act that bold, cheating death for a paycheck, was not going to go unnoticed by the gods running the cosmos. Not a chance. And the first complaint comes from down below. Hades, ruler of the underworld, goes straight to his brother Zeus and basically says, hey, this guy is messing with my business. People are supposed to die and stay here. He's ruining the natural order of things. Zeus agreed. The balance between life and death was being thrown completely out of whack. So to restore order, he made a quick and terrible decision. He grabbed his most powerful weapon, a thunderbolt, and struck Asclepius down. Instantly. But Asclepius's death didn't end the drama. It just started a whole new cycle. His father, Apollo, was so overcome with grief and rage that he went and killed the Cyclopes who made Zeus's thunderbolts. For that, Zeus punished him by forcing the mighty god Apollo to serve a mortal king for a year, a massive humiliation. But for a hero this great, even getting vaporized by Zeus wasn't the final chapter. It was more of a transformation. Maybe it was to appease the furious Apollo, or maybe it was out of genuine respect for the physician he'd just destroyed. Whatever the reason, Zeus decided to give Asclepius a kind of immortality. He placed him up in the heavens as the constellation Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. And that brings us full circle to his lasting legacy. The serpent he holds is a powerful symbol of rebirth and healing, since snakes shed their skin to be renewed. And that's why, to this very day, the rod of Asclepius, that snake wrapped around a staff, is the international symbol of medicine. So in the end, his story leaves us with this huge, timeless question. He pushed the boundaries of science and knowledge to save lives. But in doing so, he crossed a fundamental line. And his myth makes you wonder, even today, how far is too far in our own quest to overcome our natural limits?